Touch the leg. You are watching Tibet TV's weekly news bulletin on His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Tibet, and the Central Tibetan Administration. Let's look at today's top headlines. His Holiness the Dalai Lama attends long life prayer offerings by Tibetan groups. Tibetan monk Zega Gyatso released after months in Chinese custody with deteriorated health. Historic Czech Senate resolution upholds His Holiness the Dalai Lama's authority, rejects China's role in reincarnation. Australia, New Zealand ministers raise concerns on Tibet. Representative Rigzin Genkhang meets President Emmanuel Macron of France. Representative Dr. Tsewang Gyalpo Arya briefs Japanese lawmakers. Weekly Lookout, Year of Compassion. This Wednesday, His Holiness the Dalai Lama attended a long life prayer offered to him by three Tibetan groups: the Association of People from Central Tibet, the Association of People from Zega region of Kham, and the Association of People from Kirong. The Association of People of Central Tibet presented His Holiness with an emblem they described as World's Refuge Award. The Association of People from Zega also presented His Holiness with a special memento. The occasion was attended by an estimated of 4,000 people. Reliable reports from exiled Tibetan media have confirmed that Tibetan monk Zega Gyatso has been released from Chinese detention in a seriously weakened health condition. According to some reports, Zega Gyatso, a 48-year-old monk from Tsewang Monastery in Chola, Tibet, was forcibly taken into custody by Chinese security police from the city of Xining around 2nd July 2025 and released 6 months later on 2nd January 2026. Despite his release, he continues to suffer serious health problems, including deteriorating eyesight caused by prolonged exposure to intense lighting during detention and persistent knee pain. Following his release, Chinese authorities have continued to closely monitor all his movements, summoned him back to Xining 3 days after his release, and require him to sign documents pledging not to engage in any activities contrary to the wishes of the Chinese government.
We have learned that Zega Gyatso, a Tibetan monk and language teacher, has been detained by the Chinese authorities in July last year. He was held for 6 months without charges, trial, access to legal counsel, and information provided to his family members. When he was released on January of this year, he had sustained lasting damage to his eyesight, reportedly caused by prolonged exposure to artificial lighting, and he was also suffering from severe pain to his knees. Zega Gyatso's case is a painful reminder of the sufferings that Tibetans endure under unlawful Chinese detention, a system that has claimed the lives of at least 80 Tibetan political prisoners since 2000 as a direct result of torture and mistreatment.
Prior to his arrest, Zega Gyatso had been serving as Tibetan language teacher at Tsewang Monastery's 5 Sciences School, and since the arrest of his relative Khitub Gyatso in 2008, he and many of his family members have been subjected to repeated harassment, interrogation, and surveillance by Chinese authorities. The Human Rights Desk of Department of Information and International Relations has documented at least 80 known cases of Tibetans who have died as direct result of torture inflicted by Chinese authorities, and further notes that in a number of these cases, the family members of the victims have themselves suffered serious consequences as a result of their loved ones' imprisonment and death. In a historic display of international solidarity, the Czech Senate on 25th March 2026 passed a landmark resolution defending the religious freedom of Tibetan people and their exclusive right to determine their future spiritual leader. The The motion passed with an overwhelming of 40 votes in favor and none opposed, signaling a unified rejection of recent legislative efforts by the People's Republic of China to control Tibetan spiritual identity. Proposed by Senate Vice President 𝒉𝒂 and supported by Senators 𝒉𝒂, Bristislav Rychlik and Yuri Ruzicka, the resolution highlights the Czech Republic's long-standing relationship with Tibet. Welcoming the resolution, 𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕, representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama from the Office of Tibet in Geneva, said that the Czech Republic reaffirms its legacy as a champion of human dignity by standing with Tibetan people in their right to choose their own leaders. Representative 𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕 also participated in Prague conference condemning Sinicization of Tibet and highlighted ongoing challenges including the transnational repression and systematic control within Tibet. The conference on the Sinicization of Tibet was organized by Member of Parliament Helena Langslova in cooperation with Synopsis Project and the Oriental Institute of Czech Academy of Science in Senate Building, Czech Republic. The event brought together parliamentarians, scholars, journalists, and Tibetan representatives to discuss the political and cultural situation in Tibet under Chinese control. Australia and New Zealand have explicitly raised concerns about human rights conditions in Tibet during their latest joint ministerial consultations held on 17 March 2026. In a joint statement issued following the Australia-New Zealand Foreign and Defence Ministerial consultations, ministers from both countries expressed deep concerns about the erosion of religious, cultural, educational and linguistic rights and freedom in Tibet. The Australia-New Zealand Foreign and Defence Ministerial Consultation meeting brings together foreign and defence ministers from both countries to coordinate strategic, security and foreign policy priorities. The 2026 talks were held in Canberra. President Emmanuel Macron of France conveyed his profound respect for His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama during a brief exchange with Rigzin Genkhang, representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama to the EU, Western Europe and Maghreb at the inauguration of 𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕 exhibition at the renowned Arab World Institute in Paris. Representative Genkhang took part in the prestigious inauguration of the 𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕 exhibition at the renowned Arab World Institute in Paris, marking a notable moment of cultural diplomacy. Her participation drew particular attention as the meaningful expression of cultural presence on the global stage. The invitation was extended by the Institute's president, Annie-Claire Legendier. Representative Dr. Tsewang Gyalpo Arya of the Liaison Office of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama met with lawmakers Eriko Yamatani and Akimasa Ishikawa, chairperson and the former general secretary respectively of the Japan Parliamentary Support Group for Tibet this week at the Japan Parliament building in Nakatacho, Tokyo. Representative Arya updated the two lawmakers about the recent Chinese law on promotion of ethnic unity and progress and submitted a summary of the law and explained that the motive behind the CCP's law is to legitimize the regime's policy to destroy and assimilate the minority nationals' identity, language and culture and the criminalization of the activities resisting this assimilationist drive. The Tibet Information Office in Canberra, in collaboration with Great Stupa of Universal Compassion, hosted an international symposium at the Great Stupa in Bendigo on 22 March 2026 as the part of the Year of Compassion. The event brought together around 200 participants, including Buddhist leaders, scholars, and community representatives, to explore how timeless Buddhist values can be applied practically to help build a more peaceful and harmonious world. As part of the Year of Compassion celebration, a large-scale cleanliness drive was successfully carried out in the Sathon area on Wednesday this week. The initiative was organized under the leadership of the local Gothen Organizing Committee of the Kato Tibetan settlement in Sathon. Approximately 60 participants, including residents of the settlement and monks from Kato Nyingma Monastery, actively participated in the campaign. That is all for today. Thank you for tuning in.